All right, fellas, so we're at the JY. I found a 95 F-150 302, and it's got mass air on it. But I'm looking at all that harness that's got to be swapped. I'm like, damn, I don't know if I want to do all that stuff, because this comes from here, goes to there and over to that. Man, I don't know. Maybe it would just be part of that under there. I have to take all this off and cut them apart to see what does what. It would be nice if all it did was go from the processor up to here and over to the engine and the mass air meter. But I need to do some more research. Distributor was unbolted, and this is what it came out like. That has happened often. Happened to me. It's kind of a sinking feeling to get it out. It starts pulling out, see the shaft attached, and then it lets go and falls in the pan. That really sucks. So I don't know. I gotta go meet Rod and Eric and think about this some more. We will catch you in the next one. Alright guys, back at the JY. This is a truck I looked at yesterday, the mass air harness. So when I got home last night, I looked online for mass air conversions, and there are two outfits that offer them, IST and 5ology, and they are spendy. So talked with a guy at 5ology, and he said a 94 and 95 will work, but it's got to be 60 pin connector on ECM. First thing I checked at when I got over here is that, and it's not, definitely not 60, so that is not going to work. Swing and a miss. I kind of wondered when I saw this distributor without the module on, if they have it remoted over there in the corner. So the search continues. So this is an 09 95, which means it would have been an early 96. That ain't gonna cut it. So I figured while I was here, I might as well grab the distributor out of this vert, because I didn't see it yesterday. I thought they'd already got it, but turns out I just missed it. So brought my able-bodied assistant with me. Say hi.
Hi.
So I did grab the distributor out of this and the little clamp that goes on the fuel line. I like having those available. I had to give Kev Dog a couple on his for when he had his coupe. It's only got 514,000 miles on it, so it's just getting broke in. There's a stock intake. This is, I mean, it was stock. It had still got the airbox silencer in it, still got stock headers. It does have an aftermarket exhaust. I think it's a Flowmaster. I think that's 2 1/4 if I had to guess. There's the springs. I think those are a little heavier than the regular ones. Maybe Eric would want those for his coupe. He's got the Team Z ones in there now, and they're a little bit stiff, he thinks. But anyway, well, we should hopefully get the pickup later on today from the exhaust guy. Catch you in the next one. Alright guys, so we're headed home from Crestview, going like 65, and it's pretty quiet, you can't hear it. If you go across the bridge, you can hear it if somebody passes you, but otherwise you don't hear the exhaust. In town, you know, you can hear it a little bit. I can actually hear the fan a little more than I can the exhaust when it's idling. So we'll get around the corner here, we'll give her a little juice, you can hear it. It does kind of get a little rap above, like, I think it was like 4,000. Not a fan of. There was not enough room to put like a balance pipe in there, so they're just individual pipes. Not sure if that's what's causing the noise or not. That's Bruce. That's it. This is my neighbor. He's got a 69 Grande, white Mustang Grande with a 598 big block in it. He runs, I think he runs a 5.0 index or something like that, 550. Or can probably run both if he wants. Nice car, but that engine is enormous looking in the front of it. All right, we'll wrap this up and get some more footage later. When I get it home, I'll get up underneath. Well, I might as well do like I said, you can hear the fan. That shift is horrible. Need a shift kit. One of the people on the forums, or several people actually, talked about a Punisher valve body supposed to be better than a shift kit. So maybe end up going that route. Better shift kit, and I know I said I wouldn't change the gears, but man, those 355s, those big tall tires are horrible. It's nice that the interstate you go about 70 miles an hour, 2,000 RPM, but man, it's a mutt taking off from a stop. Alrighty, we'll wrap this up here in a second. Alright. Like I said, obviously you can hear the fan, and that's kind of a normal noise out of the roller rockers. Sounds like a little sewing machine. And back here, it's idling a little high. I might cut them off. I don't want them sticking out that far. I'm not a fan of that part. Those are the Flowmaster tailpipes for an F-150. The DC controller will just gradually turn the fan down until it's off. I don't know why the battery decided to spit that stuff out. The O2 is hooked up. They've still got a light on for some reason. Maybe I just need to reset the thing, disconnect the battery for a little bit, see what it does. I want to pull the plug. One of the plugs and look at it, see if it's rich or not. We'll do that after it cools off. Alright, appreciate y'all. Alright guys, we'll get under here, take a peek at the new exhaust. You see how it's kind of the way Ford did it from the factory. Just a bigger pipe. Got that little bitty, like a 1-inch crossover for the O2 sensor to mount. Then it goes all the way back past the crossover. I had them put two little like a ball and socket on each one back there, so in case I got to pull the trans or whatever, I ain't got to drop all the exhaust. Then you got the two mufflers kind of side by side, which is pretty normal because fuel tank is on the other side in the room for exhaust over there. And then from there it goes back to your tailpipes. And then this is at the back, of course. This comes out here. Check out, when he put new tires on, he bought a brand new spare for it too. And then over here's the other one. And then my trailer light must have come off. So, yeah, like I said, the other tank's up here, the back one, and then the other one's up on the driver's side. That's the one with the fuel pump I got to replace. All right, so pull the plug. This number 5. Granted, it was idling and stuff. It's not. Let me set that down. I'm shaking like a queer eating a hot dog. But it's not terrible. It's a little bit on the rich side. But granted, like I said, that's idle. Oops. So we'll I'm still got to read up. I can probably use Tuner Pro instead of binary editor and see if I can load the tune that way. And then that way I can put in the parameters for the 24-pound injectors. And hopefully that'll clean it up a little bit. And then I can start from there. Got the battery disconnected. I'm going to clean off that. Oops. If I can see that. There you go. Clean off that junk around the caps. I don't know if that's from it sat so long or what. But yeah, so you saw the exhaust. So I got to get working on the dash. Get the needles painted and start putting some of that stuff back together. I don't think I'll get the stereo monkey to it tonight. After we picked up the truck, we stopped at a place up in Crestview. It's like a Hawaiian grill, and they have one in Niceville. It's really good. Well, first that's way up there, and by the time we got back, Alice and I both had to run for the toilet. So, and I had to go there a few times since I got back. I've been back for a couple hours. This is the first time I ventured outside. So we'll see. We'll see. Won't be trusting a fart for a couple of days. I know that. So we'll see. We'll see if we get to go to the track tomorrow. Hopefully I'm better by then. All right. Appreciate y'all. We'll catch you on the next one. All right, guys. This is a cold start, if you will, for being 70-some degrees. I just started it. I checked the temp on all the header pipes. They all seem to be working. It sounded like it had a little mist, but guess not. So anyway, I'm gonna drive around a bit and then come back here and get started on some other stuff. All right, checking the next one.